Hey, what's up everyone? Let's see, today I think we'll take a look at this Panasonic. This is a PL Multiplex circuit. 8-track player. AM FM. This is kind of a complete unit here instead of a component. This is the one that has radio and everything on it. I had a set of these RCA speakers. That one's sitting on BB-8. But I got one, I think it's sitting over right down in there, that's got a bad 6 on it. So I got a little Techniques speaker, so I got mismatch here, so kind of bear with me. I didn't feel like hooking up the JBLs to it, so this one has the original RCA jack for your speakers. You have record out, so if you're going to a tape deck. Your speakers, then you have auxiliary in and phono in. Phono. I have no idea. I have not looked to see if I could find a year on this, but we may find out when we get inside of it. We may see something. It's in pretty decent shape. This came to me from TC the Pack Rat. So we're going to see what we can do with it. So far I've kind of tested it out. The radio works, of course, normally does. And the tape deck. Even works. Well, we got, oh, there she is. Now it's out. So we need to see what's going on with getting the lights to come on all the time. The on-off on this, the power, you turn it all the way down. It's supposed to click and turn off, and it doesn't. So it's on all the time. All the selectors, everything needs cleaned. It is tuning. Yeah, as normal. The only thing I can pick up is my local radio station, and it's in dire need of a cleaning. So we're gonna tear it down and see if we can't get our switch. I'm sure it's probably just gummed up. It goes down and it should click, and has a click on off, and it's not working. So I'm sure it's just gummy, and everything else is crackly. Although the more I use it and play with it, everything's kind of cleaning up, except for the volume. So we'll work on that. We'll clean the heads and see what's going on, see if we can't get our lights to come on all the time when it's on the tracks. See, 1 was out and 2 was working, and now it's 1's working, 2's out. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, let's get her unplugged and we'll get the top off of it and see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, got the top off of it, and what do you think the chances are that we can get this whole front plate off and get at the controls that way, because we're not going to get to them very easily through here. We do need to clean the head and a few items on the 8-track since it's playing, but have to, now if we move that board out of the way, it's still kind of hindering to get to the head. So we may have to just kind of clean it from the inside, go through the opening And just by kind of looking at this, you see we have 3 screws on the bottom going up through the face plate. The top was easy, just took the 4 screws out. And these should all just pull off. Yep, good, those are D's. So you don't have to worry about them going on a certain way. Okay, now let's see if we can figure out what else is holding it. There are these clips. Nothing, that one's not clipped to anything. I think that's just for holding the top. Across, nothing going on there. But it does look like that may go, yep, those go all the way through to the plastic. Hopefully this gives us a little more access to the front controls. Because that one we definitely have to, the on-off, we definitely have to clean it so it'll start clicking. Like I said, I'm sure it's just gummy, but if not, then we'll have to figure something else out. Because where are you going to find one of those? Oops, I guess I could have just spun around, showed you. There's 1, 2, 3 that I took out. Let's there's something. There we are. Oh, that'll be easy to clean, that's for sure. But it really, this is the one that's hung up. And there might be enough rope on those to take the nut off. Now that's got all the, that's the on-off there. These brown ones here coming off of it. So it's the back side. What's the chances of tapping on it? Slim to none. So we'd have to pull all that, and I'm not about to because of the stupid string for the tuning. If anybody's ever played with them and tried to get them straightened back out, you know what I mean by they're a pain in the arse. Let me look at this a little bit more. You can see our switch. Right here, the one with the red back, the 2 brown wires, that's the on-off. it's the power. So if need be, we could always put a push button on it. Alright, let me take a look and kind of figure out what I want to do. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hole on the side of that switch. I'd like something to clean. So I think I'm going to soak it. Try and let it sit for a while with cleaner in it. Yeah. Good thing it's just contact cleaner. Hopefully I can get enough of it down in it that'll loosen it up. Probably just old nasty grease. I have it turned off, so it would have to click. But I am going to let that sit and soak, and maybe we'll get lucky and it'll free up. Alright, after letting that soak for about a week, it still has not loosened up. So let's see if we can't take it apart and fix it. See what's going on with it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the switch out. I took the panel off the bottom, and we can get at the switch. Looks like that one yeah. Alright. I marked these all down so I know where they go. Alright, I got that switch out, and the bottom here, this is the on-off switch on the bottom, and there's 3 little tabs that are probably going to break off as we try and that one's already broke. See if we can get in here. Without everything flying. Can you see how that went? We gotta okay, that snaps over, and connects those two. Alright. Where does that go? It goes no, I don't think so. I think and there's this. That was on there. Yeah, it's busted up inside. I see plastic moving around. There. Yep, she was so gummed up. Here's what's supposed to fit down in there, and I doubt very much if I have one like this. I have some old ones, but we're not dead. We're not dead in the water. We can... There. Yeah, that was supposed to... That would go down. And that fit right in that little... Right in there. That would go on. Kind of like a spring. And that one tab would go down, or that little pin would fit in here, and that's what would move this back and forth. And you can see the marks where it would fit in that hole. And then it would slide back and forth, click, click, click. Bummer. That's what happens, they get all gummed up. Now like I said, that's just the on-off, not the volume. The volume is the upper part of this switch here, left and right channel. And that was just the on-off. So we can put an external on-off switch on it if I don't have one of these, which I very much doubt I have one like that. I will root and see what I can come up with. And if not, we will have to kind of figure out where we want an on-off switch. I guess we could bug it together, solder those two together, and just put a switch on the cord. You can drill and mount a switch on the face plate. Alright, let me see what I got. Alright, folks, I went ahead and put our volume back in. Left the back end of it all apart. I want to put this up here because I want to... Oh, come on. Alright, here. Just want to set it up on there. Now, this is our on-off here. I went to the back end of that, to our volume and power switch. Now we need to put some sort of switch on here. And I had a couple of ideas, and I think I've kind of narrowed it down to what I'm going to do. But I had an idea of putting one of those rocker switches, twist switches, whatever you call them, in the, changing the cord and putting one of those on there. But then you have to turn it on, you have to follow it down, and find the switch and turn it on. So I figured toggle. Use a switch. Problem is, most on-off buttons are on the front. But as you can see, this faceplate is in really good condition. I hate to drill holes in it. Plus, there's just absolutely no room anywhere to put a toggle switch. Either here, this is normally, they're on the left-hand side in this area here. But, and then you have room on this corner. But if you pull the faceplate off, you can see there's no room here put a toggle switch or any type of switch in here. Like I said, I don't really want to destroy this. I don't want to drill holes in it. Over here, okay, yeah, there's room down in here, but on the back side is our strings for tuning, which kind of rules that out. Unless you have one of them. These fit up so close that you could never get anything in between the faceplate and the steel. Sure, go right on now. You can see there's just no room in there. Alright, if you put it on the side, on the cabinet, which I don't want to ruin that cabinet either, because that cabinet's in such good condition. But if you put it on the side, when you slide it into wherever you're going with it, you're going to be turning it off and on, and are you going to be able to get your fingers back in here to, to turn it off and on either side. On the top, if you put it on the top, now it's in the way of putting something else on top of it, like a turntable or whatever you want to do. Because this is just 8-track, or you can put a phonograph on it, a turntable, or whatever. So if you have it on top, now it's in the way, and every time you want to put something else on top, you're going to be hitting that switch. The only other option is on the back. And if you have something on top, you're gonna, you still have to reach back here and turn it on, because this is the area where I'd like to put it. The back piece, I'll drill it. It's still in really good condition too, but that's less noticeable back there. So what I'm thinking is, what we're going to do is we're going to put a switch here in the back. And again, it's still, when it's sitting on the shelf, you still have to reach back and turn it on, which I'm not fond of that either. But I think that's going to be our best solution, because we're not going to find one of those switches. And it looks like somebody already cleaned that out to put a different knob on it. But it still looks really nice. Needs clean, but you know, like I said, the side, you go pushing it in, you're going to be hitting the switch and knocking it off, or I don't know. That's my idea. You know, even a push button here or here. And still, you have to go down in here, and that's into the opening for the 8-track. Up top, you can't, because of the indicator. There's just no real good solution, except, you know, we put a toggle switch in it and kind of live with wherever I put it. In the back, at least you have cords coming out and all that. It's not going to get hit and pulled out, or, you know, bust the cardboard, the faux board. So that's what we're going to do. Our wires are here, so we can just hook it up. And what's, you know, with it in the back, if somebody comes across one that'll fit this, that's the right one, you know, you get another one of these in that's dookie, you can put it back in, take that out, and you're only going to have a hole in the back. You're not going to have anything ruined on the faceplate or the cabinet. That's what I'm looking at. So I hope you agree, because that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to get that switch put in. You know, it cut and dry, really simple. Drill a hole, put it in, bolt it down, put your wires on it. So I'll go ahead and get that done, and then we'll move on to seeing about getting our indicator, the number 2 bulb, working. Okay, that's where I ended up putting it, right above the speaker jacks, and it's out of the way there. Everything's up out of the way, and I put the ones I got were waterproof, so I put the little rubber dookie on it just to make it look a little better. And now we have a power switch. Now we got to figure out our light. I'll get some speakers hooked up, and we'll and get you set up in the stand. We'll start checking, see if we can't figure out why this light's not working, if it's blown out or what. If it's not blown out, it's usually this little plate right here. That's where our lights are. And that's what indicates, comes all the way up from here. And here's our 1, 2, 3, and 4, which would be 48, 49, 50, and 51. This is PL, which is, I'm not sure what PL is, but if we come down here, number 2 is brown, so we follow the brown up, and the brown, well, I think it's supposed to be purple, is number 50. So it kind of counts down. We'll check it out. I'll get you set up, and we'll take a peek and see what we got going on. Okay, now you can see 1's lighting up, 2 is lighting up, 3, no 4. And it's not consistent. Sometimes it'll come on, sometimes it won't. And you can see that one flickers a little bit, so it's got a bad contact. So let's, like I said, I've had these apart before, and usually it's this little plate here. Let me unplug that. You gotta watch, there's a E-clip on the top, and then there's a spring that holds it down. You can see it'll, so you got to get this little E-clip off without it shooting across the garage. Yeah, you butthead. Alright, I'll find it here in a minute. And then you can just take this little guy up off, and you can see we want to keep that right where it's at, and we need to clean those contacts. Let's see, that pointer, God, fingers, come on. Yeah, sure, go all the way down in there. Why not? You can see there's a little key, and there's a key on the post. I said they're fun to put together and work on. Okay, I got a fiberglass pencil for cleaning these contacts. You can see that sucker's really tarnished. These fiberglass pencils work really good for cleaning contacts. And we'll clean our little nubbins. Alright, now I gotta take a minute and, aha, there he is. Thought I was going to have to hunt down my E-clip. Tweezers got bent. No wonder we won't pick up nothing. Okay, there's our E-clip. Now the fun part. I said this goes down on, there's a keyed. It's keyed. I'll push it down. On the key. Might be in the way. hold it down with my tweezers. There we are. Our washer. Now the fun part. Shit. Thought I had a hold of it. Getting cramped up. Alright. I'll get it put together. Alright. Got it down on there. Sorry about that. I was all over the place and had to take a break a couple of times because I'm a little too shaky today. Now, let's see. 1 is bright, 2, 3, and still no 4. I know it was lit up before. Now I checked everything out, and the number 4 bulb was out. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, it's right here. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but one of the legs was broke off of it. So, and yeah, find one of those. So, what I did, I took a number 73 mini lamp. These are used in jute boxes, number 73. They're the push-in type, so you have the 2 leads on it. And it's that little one right there. What is it, wedge? Wedge style or bayonet. Let's see, what's it say? Miniature lamps. Doesn't say. I think this is bayonet or wedge. I don't know. Anyway, soldered 2 wires onto it on those 2 little legs right there in the back, and then wired it right to our board. Cut those little itty bitty wires off and wrap them around. And now you can see that 4 works. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a little bit bigger, so it's going to be just a little bit brighter, but that's all I care, is it works and it lights up. So I got that figured out. That's kind of a good idea now, because I have some of these other ones that come in with those lamps out, and like I said, you're not going to find them. You can put LEDs in them, you know, you can wire in LEDs if you want, but I like to kind of keep it incandescent. So that's going to do it here. Everything's working on it. Now all I have to do is get everything cleaned up, and I'll get it put together, and I'll bring you back after it's all completed. Alright folks, there she is. Okay. Tape. That's, yep, Three Dog Night, Harmony. And then radio and auxiliary. Alright, gotta keep saying that. Now there she is, our Panasonic PAL multiplex circuit. 8-track player, little stereo, nice little unit. Turned out good, another good fix. Like I said, I'm still not real thrilled about the on-off in the back, but that faceplate was just, it's too nice to be hacking up. So I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And I hope to see you on the next one. Until then. See ya.